There's a really great sentence that I think it comes from your dad. Like, a great sales professional isn't a hard closer. It shouldn't be an exclamation point at the end. It should be a period at the end of a long sentence. Could you expand on that, what that means, and the impact it has on everybody?
I mean, I talked to my dad a lot about this, and he's sometimes you think of this smile and dial boiler room type cold calling job, and you think of aggressive, hard charging, forcing people to close. In reality, someone who's a hard closer that's not a compliment in our world, at least not in my family and not with where I worked. The best people, the people who are most effective selling, didn't look for the big exclamation point to close the deal. As you said, a great sales process is not that thunderous exclamation point. It's the period at the end of a very long sentence. So that means we've done our discovery work. I think the discovery phase of the sales process is probably the most important part of selling. And what that is you are asking questions to understand where they're currently at, so their current state, as well as then their desired state. Where do they want to go? What are their goals? What are they trying to do? And as a sales professional, you are creating a gap between their current state and their desired state, and then your solution is what fills that gap. Now, doing it the right way, your solution won't always be the proper one to fill that current gap in the desired state. And if it's not, then I think the ethical thing to do is to say, this is not right, this is not a fit, and you move on to the next one. Maybe it will be someday. Here's my number. You know how to get a hold of me. You can call me back. But I think the discovery phase is where you learn their current state and their desired state, and you also figure out, does my solution help them get to their desired state? And if it does, then we say, basically, we have an obligation, a responsibility to make sure we provide them with this solution to help them get to that desired state. And that's how I viewed my sales role. It made me feel so much better to realize I am a consultant, I am a helper, I'm an advisor, I'm a business partner for every single person I'm selling. When you view it that way, it makes the profession feel much more noble. It makes the profession feel super important for them, because the good ones, the great ones, they become like advisors and business partners. And you see this with some of these sales professionals that are really good at their job. They are the ones people call upon to help them out. And hopefully the solution you're providing obviously helps them get to that desired state. And if it doesn't, it's like you mentioned Hormozy in the pre-show outline. Hormozy, I think, is probably one of the better sales guys, because he has been willing, and he shared examples on my podcast, of been willing to say, actually, what I'm selling isn't the best thing for you. Go buy this thing. That is the best thing. That builds credibility and trust. Now, I think you got to do that in a genuine way. Now it's become a tactic for some of the sleazy sales guys to do that with a little sale so that they can get the big one. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, like, being genuinely honest to say, does my solution help you go from your current state to the desired state? And hopefully it does. And if so, then here it is. Let's get it done. That's the period at the end of a very long sentence.